you know, so eloquently addressing issues that today's athlete, man, you can't even fathom today's athlete speaking out so courageously, so boldly on issues pertaining to race, pertaining to uh, um, poverty,
Right.
um, just social issues in general.
Right.
And what grabs me about Muhammad Ali, first of all, is the fact that he was so charismatic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
In his delivery,
Mm-hmm.
that even though what he was saying was a painful truth, it was, I guess it made it easier to accept and to discuss because he was so charismatic in his approach. You know what I mean? He was gregarious, funny, witty,
Confident.
extremely confident.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I guess his aura and his energy, was like, it made people around him feel, I guess more comfortable in having these type of discussions, or those type of discussions that we rarely have today.
Mm-hmm.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was just his nature. It was his aura.
It was like he was just he was so attractive, and I'm not talking about in a physical sense,
right?
You know what I mean?
Engaging,
but his energy,
mm-hmm.
was what, like you said, it was very engaged. I mean, he's addressing an all-white audience, man.
But you know what's so beautiful about it?
Yeah,
he's addressing the all-white audience, but the way that he conveys his message is for the common person.
It's universal.
Yeah,
man.
Yeah, it's a universal language. It's a universal message.
True.
It's a universal presentation too.
Yeah.
Because like I said, he's always been a mentor of mine from afar.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at my life as a man, as a black man in America, it's like Ali has had a tremendous impact on me.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You see what I'm saying? Because because a lot of the questions that I had, he answered, like I said, in a very common, universal way for me.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
You see what I'm saying? And he's I think he's done that for a lot of black males.
And to me,
in this country,
you know what? It's it's just so like refreshing, and it gives me hope that perhaps there will be someone, maybe not in my generation, maybe in my son or daughter's generation that will be so unapologetically pro-black, and at the same time be able to be a global icon, be able to be, at the top of their profession when it comes to, in entertainment, sports. You know what I mean? Because I don't know, have we seen an athlete since Muhammad Ali that we can even compare to, that we can even say, okay, now this brother's similar. This brother has some of the same traits or characteristics that Muhammad Ali had, but at the same time they're at the top of their profession when it comes to athletics or entertainment. Can we even? I mean, who can you think of?
Oh, wow.
You see what I mean?
Yeah, I guess the only person that you can even put close to Muhammad Ali, and this is just, this might, and the only reason I'm putting him up next to Ali is for one reason, and that's global recognition.
Okay.
It's Michael Jordan.
You talking about Michael Jordan? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
That's
man?
it.
Okay. Well, since you brought that up, Ish,
and maybe Paul Robeson, but that was before our time, though.
Right. But as far as an athlete having the type of global appeal,
only Jordan
that Muhammad Ali had, you can only say Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Only Jordan.
So that's interesting, man. Okay, so let's do this, man. Let's just imagine, for example, let's just imagine that at the height of Michael Jordan's athletic career, You know, he won his first title in 91?
91, won 3 in a row.
Won 3 in a row. Then he took a hiatus to play baseball. Then came back and won his next one in 96.
96, right.
And then he won 2 more after that.
Right.
Okay. So let's say, for example, that in 1996, at the peak of Michael Jordan's career, with the Jordan brand being recognized all over the world. Let's imagine that at that particular time, right after he won that championship in 96, he made an announcement.
Okay.
And he said, my name is no longer Michael Jordan. I will now be, referred to as a righteous name, whatever name, but a righteous name, a Muslim name. And at the same time he's saying that, he says, and I've also joined the Nation of Islam under the leadership of Minister Louis Farrakhan.
Immediately be like, what?
Can you imagine that in 96,
boy.
Michael Jordan, at the height of his career, says that, I'm no longer Michael Jordan, I'm Muhammad Ali. Wow.
Hey.
You can't even wrap your mind around that.
I mean,
that's how.
I guess the only way to do it. We'll just think about the ramifications. The ramifications.
Oh my God!
It's like, first of all, a lot of the Jordan brand. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the Jumpman, and
that can't even exist anymore.
Yeah,
that's gone.
That's gone. Because he's like, my name not Jordan.
Right. Jordan is a slave name.
Right.
I'm no longer a slave. I'm a free man.
Right.
But hold on. We got to go a step further to really make the comparison now, because that's just one thing. Okay. Now, at the same time that he's doing this, let's say that the United States is in a conflict, Afghanistan or Iraq or whatever, and they institute a draft and select Jordan's name for the draft. And he says, I'm not going over there. They haven't done anything to me.
I'm a Muslim. Right. I ain't going to fight.
I'm not going over there.
It's against my religion to kill another Muslim.
So then David Stern steps in and says, well, you can't play in the NBA.
Ooh.
You can't hoop.
Ooh.
And he's not allowed to play basketball in the United States or anywhere else on the planet for almost 4 years. Can you imagine that, man? Like, that's what I'm saying. There's no comparison to Muhammad Ali. When you try to make a comparison, the closest person that you can think of with that type of global appeal would be Michael Jordan.
Right.
But you can't even wrap your mind around Michael Jordan doing anything remotely close to that.
Nah.
You're talking about two different type of individuals.
Yeah.
I mean, the similarities, they both grew up in the South. Both are, worldwide recognizable figures at the top of their profession.
Right.
But when it comes to, having a social consciousness, I think, it's like a night and day difference. One made a conscious decision to embrace social consciousness, and the other one made a conscious decision not to address.
To embrace capitalism.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't, like I said, man, you can't even imagine what would be the monetary impact that Michael Jordan would have.
Billions.
Had he done something similar to what Muhammad Ali did.
Yeah. Billions.
You're talking billions of dollars, man.
Yeah, no question.
Billions of dollars.
No question. So it's like that's a very good example. That's a very good example because people need to truly understand the sacrifice.
Yeah.
That's because that's the thing. It's just a sacrifice, man. That's the thing that resonates with me about the ancestor Muhammad Ali. It's like he sacrificed everything. When I say everything, I'm talking about everything. I'm talking about down to his life.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Forget the world championship, the heavyweight belt, the money, forget all the boxing, forget that.
Right.
I'm talking about he sacrificed his life. You know what I'm saying? So I can just imagine he was in such a beautiful and comfortable space spiritually.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? To be free that way. You see what I'm saying? And and really at the end of the day, it's the spiritual qualities about Ali what people really love.
Sure.
They get caught up in the they get caught up in his poetry and his his charisma.
Yeah.
But it's all spirit because
Right.
Ali be in the spirit, man. He'll come on a show and he'll drop some bars on you just off the top of his head, just like a cat freestyle. That's spiritual, man.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? He's a spiritual cat, man.
Yeah.
That's my guy, man.
Yeah, and
Sure.
it's to me it's sad that because really what he did was he let the black athlete know that you can be a black athlete and be a free man.
Right.
You don't have to be
Right.
afraid to address. I mean, you can take a stance.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As long as you're consistent with your stance, and your and your stance is right and exact. You don't have to be afraid to do that.
No.
But in today's society where the endorsement deal dictates what the athlete can say, what the athlete can't say. It just creates a whole different type of environment. But like I said earlier, I'm still hopeful that with the example that Muhammad Ali left, there's an athlete in the future that will be similar to Muhammad Ali as far as taking a stance and not being afraid. And I still think just because of the legacy that he left behind,
Yeah, I mean, that's progression.
Sure.
That's progression, but I guess the most important thing, I think more important than that is not allowing his legacy to ever die.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Because he's Muhammad Ali he's a symbol for struggle. For black people. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he is universal, but let's not, just keep it real. I mean, he is a symbol of struggle for freedom, justice, and equality for black people in America.
And that's why it's important that we tell the narrative.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
Always have to tell the story.
That we don't allow other people, to tell the story of Muhammad Ali, because perhaps other folks aren't going to tell the complete story. Maybe they'll only give you what's comfortable.
What's that African proverb? If the lion doesn't tell his story, the story will always be told from the perspective of the hunter, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, hey, don't get me wrong. You know what I'm saying? When I look at people like Dr. Martin Luther King and Muhammad Ali, they had something to teach everybody. Yeah,
sure.
No question.
Yeah, they had a universal message.
They
did.
Yes, but we can't allow this style of commercialization of culture because it's the same thing with hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's like they commercializing the message.
Watering the message down.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's just to create passive, apathetic people.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Where Muhammad and Dr. Martin Luther King were anything but that. They were activists, get up and do it activists. You know what I'm saying?
So when we say Muhammad Ali was the greatest of all time, we're not just talking about his physical ability and his track record inside of the boxing ring.
No,
that's not even
no.
That's not the whole story, y'all.
No, because I guess when I look at Muhammad from a boxing standpoint, is that's another thing. We don't want mass media to immoralize people. I mean, they're immoralized. They're immoralized anyway, just from the ancestors, just being an ancestor. You see what I'm saying? But I'm talking about from the standpoint of they were human beings, and while they were here on Earth, they had imperfections.
Sure.
And one of Ali's imperfections to me, when I think of Ali, is I look at his inability to stop fighting when he needed to stop fighting.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because